morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today we kind of need to talk about the split set that was revealed very recently, White Flare and Black Bolt. But we don't really need to talk about what is included. We need to talk about what isn't included, what was missing from that release. Because I mentioned it in the video, obviously, but I do think we need to have a proper talk because something very, very weird happened. When they did the reveal, when they showed us what was coming, they showed us the Elite Trainer boxes. In the press release, they showed us the 2 Elite Trainer boxes, one for Black Bolt and one for White Flare. This was incredibly weird. If any of you, I don't know how many of you sit and dig through the press releases, wait for them on the day's big news drop, but I do. I am intimately familiar with the press release website. I use it on a very regular basis. I am very used to reading and interpreting those press releases. They never, and I mean never, have the Elite Trainer boxes on. They always, and I mean always, have the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes. That is what is always on there. If we have a look at the reveal of Destined Rivals, over in the press release, they showed us, obviously, the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box. If we have a look at the reveal of Journey Together, it was the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box that was put on the press release. If we have a look at Prismatic Evolutions, it was the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box that was put on the press release. I could keep going, but I'm pretty sure at this point you're starting to see what I'm putting down here. It is incredibly unusual, essentially unprecedented, for Pokemon to put a press release out for a new set and not include the pictures and information for the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box. Because that's the other thing. They gave us the listing, the information for the Elite Trainer box. Includes 9 Scarlet and Violet Black Bolt or Scarlet and Violet White Flare booster packs, respectively, 1 illustration rare style promo card featuring Thunderness or Tornadus, respectively, and various gameplay accessories. That is the listing, that is the information for the regular Elite Trainer box, because it says 9 booster packs rather than 11, and because it makes no mention of a second promo card. This is weird. We are used to having the Pokemon Center exclusive. Like a lot of the time in my videos on the early times, I'm using the Pokemon Center exclusive images because I don't have the regular Elite Trainer box images because they're not always in the press release. Although to be fair, they sometimes are, but they're not always in there. And we're always told about the information of the Pokemon Center exclusive. The fact that it's not there is strange. You know what else is strange? It's not gone up for pre-order on the Pokemon Center. And that always happens. On the day that we have the reveal of the set, it goes up for pre-order on the Pokemon Center. Go back to the reveal videos I've done for sets, because I always do them. They're pretty much my favourite videos, honestly, I do on this channel. It's hard to beat a proper set reveal video. And a lot of the time, I actually start my video talking about what's been spotted on the Pokemon Center, because that drops a little bit earlier than the press release. Doesn't always, but it has done a bunch of times. And then I'm adding in from the press release later. There are a bunch of set reveal videos on this channel where you'll watch them and then halfway through I'll go, oh, the press release is out, here's some extra information. And then often towards the end of the video I'll go, oh, they've updated the official website, because that tends to be the last thing that comes along. The fact that there's no image of or mention of the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box in the press release is very bizarre. The fact that it hasn't been listed on the Pokemon Center for pre-order is bizarre, and I've got a lot of friends who work in the media or are content creators of Pokemon, etc. Several of them messaged me yesterday saying, did you see what I saw on the press release? And this is exactly what they were referring to. I'm not saying I'm the only one that's noticed this, but I am saying that this is not something that we generally expect. This is unusual. This is very, very unusual. And here's the thing. It's not just that we've seen, oh, it's not on the press release, oh, it's not gone up for pre-order. It also makes sense that they got rid of Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes. Now, we've actually got a recent parallel to this. Let's take the enhanced booster box that happened exactly once for Journey Together. There was an enhanced booster box which was only sold on the Pokemon Center and at essentially local game stores, but the number they had was very limited, and it was just a regular, ordinary, everyday run-of-the-mill booster box. But it had a stamped version of the illustration rare Ends Reshiram. No other difference, incidentally. The card was artistically and mechanically the same as the one in the set, but it had the Journey Together stamp. The problem is, it was only available on the Pokemon Center and through local game stores that sold out very, very quickly because they didn't get very many at all. And people were not loving that. They were an absolute pain to get hold of. And then, for some reason, they didn't come back. They weren't there for Destined Rivals. When Destined Rivals booster boxes went up for pre-order, there was no enhanced booster box. It was a one-and-done kind of deal. Now, I'm not saying that they put this up, saw that it sold out super quickly, saw that people were scalping the enhanced booster box, and decided it wasn't worth the effort. But does that sound so unbelievable? I don't know. Just to be clear, I don't work for Pokemon. I don't have any insider information. But it certainly feels like the fervor with which that got pre-ordered and then scalped would lead to a company going, we don't need to do this. And the other thing is, when you make the products a little bit less exciting for scalpers, i.e. by taking out exclusive promo cards, it does make them a little bit easier to get hold of for ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill collectors, players, and fans. And I'm not saying we're never getting another enhanced booster box, but I am saying we're not getting one in Destined Rivals. I think it's been long enough now that we can say that with a fair degree of certainty. We're close enough to release with no sign of it that it's just not coming. And I've heard no rumours or whispers that it's coming back for anything else. And it kind of makes sense that they would do the same thing for Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes. Because I tried to order one for Destined Rivals. And I failed. I was on a train, incidentally. My wife did try from home. She's wonderful. She got to the page, it refreshed, she got chucked back in the queue, and that was that. Was not possible to go and get one, and I am not the only one that didn't get that pre-order in. Just didn't happen. Now, when you look at the Destined Rivals exclusive Elite Trainer box, if we have a look, as I've told you before, there are exactly two things which are special about this. Number one, the packaging. It's got red with black rather than black with red. And number two, the Wobbuffet promo. There is a second one with a Pokemon Center stamp. Exactly the same promo. It just has a Pokemon Center stamp on it. That's it. That's the difference. That's the only thing that's strange or weird or different. But I still want it because I want the promo. Other people want it for their sealed collection. They're gone, and if you go onto eBay and try and pick these up right now, to put it bluntly, you are going to pay far, far above odds for trying to get this over on eBay. Like, the regular one is bad enough, the Pokemon Center exclusive one is just silly. And I don't work for Pokemon, but if I did work for Pokemon, one of the things that I would have been thinking when I saw that go down for Destined Rivals, I would have gone, you know what? These Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer boxes, they're not really working. When we put them up for pre-order on the Pokemon Center, which is the only place we sell them, there is a mad rush to pre-order them. A lot of scalpers end up getting them and putting them on eBay for massively inflated prices, and a lot of regular fans are missing out. What's the best way to fix this? Get rid of the Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer box. Just print one version. Obviously, I know it's White Flare and Black Bolt, so you need two, but you know what I mean. Print one version of each. They've still got the promo. We still get the promo in there, the Thunderous or Tornadus. We've actually got a look at the insides of the Elite Trainer Box and what they contain. They look awesome. But what we can do is essentially just have one of each, and then the same Elite Trainer Box is going to be available in stores, online, in local game stores, at the Pokemon Center, and people aren't going to need to make a mad rush to go and pre-order on the Pokemon Center online, because they can buy the same thing from their local game store on release, or their favorite online retailer, or literally anywhere else. And now, if you think about what's going to drop onto the Pokemon Center when they do put these pre-orders up, there's not going to be an enhanced booster box with an exclusive promo. There doesn't look like, and I don't know, I cannot stress this enough, this is conjecture, it is not official. I think it's very likely given what we know, but it is not official. But if there's also no Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer Box, sure, people are still going to rush to the Pokemon Center to pre-order, don't get me wrong. They're going to want to get boxes and packs of this set because it's amazing. But there's not actually going to be a mad rush for the stuff that can only be gotten on the Pokemon Center. For the record, no, I don't think there is any question here of, well, maybe it's just because it's a special set, because no. Prismatic Evolutions had a Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer Box. Shrouded Fable had a Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer Box. Let's be perfectly clear, the fact that it's a special set, not a main set, means absolutely nothing here. That is not going to be the deciding factor. And I know technically it's a split set, and it is actually the first ever split set we've had, but again, we've had double sets in the past, which have had two Elite Trainer Boxes, and they have had a Pokemon Center exclusive version each, so I don't think that's an answer either, just to be perfectly clear. I don't know. I am only reacting to the news as I'm seeing it. But the fact that it's not gone up for pre-order, the fact that it's not mentioned in the press release, the fact that it was clearly a massive problem in recent sets like Destined Rivals, that all leads me to what I believe is a logical conclusion, that we're not getting a Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer Box. Not for White Flare and Black Bolt. And if we're not getting one for this set, I don't believe we're getting them anymore. I think Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer Boxes are done. It's also worth noting that this will be the last, we'll talk more about this in the future, this is going to be the last Scarlet and Violet set. The next set that comes out is going to be the Mega set. It's starting a new block, and we know by now, I've told you this a bunch, if you want to have a big change, the best way to do that is at the start of a new block. And in the same way, Scarlet and Violet Base were the first sets that actually brought in Pokemon Center exclusive Elite Trainer Boxes, or at least ones with exclusive promos is probably more accurate to say. It kind of makes sense that the Mega Set would be the time to get rid of them, so I don't think they're going to go away for one set and come back. I really do think they are gone. But I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Good us! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shoutouts on the channel like the lovely Quentin Journeau, who's been a supporter of ours for a little while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.